What is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRip, and we are here to talk about the rapid reaction for NXT Takeover Xxx. Interesting night, so to speak, with NXT Takeover 30. You know, they would have loved to have been in a venue in Boston. Doing those spectacular sets or whatever, and having some other fun additions, having a real live crowd. Unfortunately, that cannot be. So they once again take over. Came from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, and we had a bit of a different one. I've never known any of the NXT takeovers to have a kickoff show match, but we had one tonight. Kickoff show match. Bizongo taking on Legado de Fantasma and some other guys. I can't think of it this moment. It was Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. How can I forget those guys? Jesus Christ. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. And the winner would be the number one contender for Imperium's NXT Tag Team Championship. Beyond which was doing other things, couldn't see. I was getting ready for the big show, so I didn't see very much of it. I do know Buzongo won. I chose um, Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, so that's a stop for me. So that's what it's gonna have to be. Um, with that. Yeah, I think I actually think when I look at it, I think I was probably. I think I mean only actually I only had I actually well, it wasn't a bad night for me. I actually was starting to think it was a bad night, but I don't think it was actually a bad night. We'll look at the end when I get through the recap and see how good I did. But yeah, but Brizongo won the kickoff show. They will face Imperium for a future tag team championship match. Then we had the kickoff for the real show. It's Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher. And you know, Timothy Thatcher is this catch as catch can type of wrestler. He's always doing this ground and pound stuff and the submissions and everything like that. I love the Thatch as Thatch can things he does on NXT. Very interesting. Finn Balor, we know him. He's now the Prince. And he had some great work as well. Um, but Finn Balor won. And I was telling this. I talked about this in my pregame. So I mean, you know, this, Timothy Thatcher had lost some matches in the past, but how was he going? But could he win? Against Finn Balor. Finn Balor is the bigger star, the bigger draw. So you would think that maybe they would put him over, and that's exactly what they did. The match they had it was decent as well. I give it 3 stars. So Finn Balor beat Timothy Thatcher. Next match was the NXT North American ladder match between Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes, Velveteen Dream, and Johnny Gargano. Again, it's a huge spot fest. They were pulling things out of nowhere with the spots. I love it. We had someone put on Twitter a Jean Claude Van Damme spot where Cameron Grimes did a split between 2 ladders and everything. Some real stuff going on there. And we had some really good spots. That's pretty long. I think that and the title match probably they both had to go over 30 minutes. They were big time, but yeah, some fantastic spots. We got the spot where Damian Priest ran up the ladder and jumped out to the thing. Cameron Grimes was holding the ladder to make sure that he didn't, it didn't slip and fall or anything like that. Um, At one point, somebody throws a ladder over the thing and almost decapitates Damian Priest. I don't know if that's was supposed to happen or not. Um, we had some really first falls. We had one point where Velveteen Dream gets climbs the ladder and he does his pose and his arm hits the belt and he realizes, oh, I'm supposed to be going for this instead of trying to jump on top of Cameron Grimes. Um, but all in all, when it's said and done, Damian Priest won the North American Championship. He is now your new North American Championship. And again, I think I was wrong. I was expecting that this was going to be, an obvious thing where it was going to be, not an obvious thing, but I thought it was going to be Bronson Reed. I thought what would happen in the title match would happen, and then Damian Priest would be put up to there, but that is not the way it happened. So yeah. Listen, it's all in all, it's a good thing. So, Damian Priest is your new North American champion. Can't wait to see what he does with it. I kind of hope that he's done this stuff with Cameron Grimes, and I'm hoping. I know it's controversial. It's not trending worldwide, but it's trending in other places. I'm guessing because I do see Fire Velveteen Dream the hashtag. So I think that's where you go next. I think you go Velveteen Dream and Damian Priest. I think you go there for the next program and have them fight over for the next few months. Next is Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. And boy, I tell you, it's just surprising. It's surprising. I put on Twitter. I bet you Dennis Rodman and Lawrence Taylor and I should have put Karl Malone. But all these guys would have loved to have the performance center when they were wrestling, so they could practice their wrestling match over and over and over again to make sure that they get it right. Because I'm sure that's what happened with Ronda Rousey. In her WrestleMania match, with sorry about tired, but tired, my yawning. But that's what happened with Ronda Rousey and her match at WrestleMania 34. And tonight with Pat McAfee. This was incredible. And then at one point, he's doing the heel stuff and he's feeling like he's the big cock of the walk and everything like that, and he's doing a lot of talking, but he's and really, so a big point, they kept it pretty simple. They did. They kept it. They almost kept it simple and basic, but it was simple. It was what they did, simple and basic, but spectacular. You know what I mean? Like the drop kick, the swanton from the top rope onto the undisputed era, and the RoboCops or whatever, whatever you want to call them. Um, and even the spot where he's going for a superplex and Adam Cole pushes him off. He does a backflip, lands on his feet, then runs and jumps off the thing and suplexes Adam Cole off. So I mean, it was incredible. I mean, these two had a go of it. I did not like the ending. Because it was because of the way it was set up. It was the way it was set up. If it was the last shot, I would have been okay with it. But because he started to go over to the thing, you had Pat McAfee basically walk and do the thing so that he could get into the Panama Sunrise position. And I think that if you were going to do it that way, I would have rather had him do the last shot, pick up Pat McAfee, drag him into position, and then do the Panama. Although they were calling it the Panama City Sunrise, whatever. The Panama Sunrise. I would have him rather do it like that, instead of having Pat McAfee, walk over there and basically just walk his ass into position. I didn't like the finish, but the match I thought was truly incredible. I gave it 3 and 3/4 stars. Good thing, good thing that Pat McAfee did. Hello, how you going? And by the way, the NXT North American ladder match, I gave 4 and 4 and 1/4 stars. The match of the night, as most ladder matches are when it happens. They usually are the match of the night. NXT Women's Title match on the line as Io Shirai took on Dakota Kai. This one again was good. I love the fact that the Dakota Kai started working over on Io Shirai. We had a botch at the beginning of the match where Io Shirai was trying to evade Dakota Kai by doing the flips, and she flipped and landed on her head. And it even seemed at some point where it almost was like nobody knew what to do because she knew she had fucked up, but she was there on the ground like what, and then the referee was like, huh, and then Dakota Kai was like, oh, and also like, but they tried to get back on track and just go to the next spot, but yeah, I think she was trying to go for a flipping evasion, and she did a rotation too many. That's all. That's all she did. It was a rotation too many. Otherwise, the match was good. It was really good stuff here. I could know that the ref bump again. This is the way they went into it, where they were not they were trying to do the thing where they throw the wrestler into the referee. Yeah, once again, apologize for yawning. Just, whatever. But they were just going to go ahead and do their thing, and they tried, and it just. I think it was a bad thing to go about doing. I think with the ref bump, it didn't need it. You could tell the story without it, and it was a very, very good story, very, very good match between these two. Uh, Raquel and Gonzalez got involved, but it was not enough for Io Shirai to retain her women's championship. Again, very good match, 3 and 3/4 stars. After the match, Raquel Gonzalez jumps Io Shirai, comes out Rhea Ripley, and they has a stare down, and Raquel Gonzalez walks away, and Rhea Ripley kind of stands there and stares down Raquel Gonzalez as they go away, and then when Io Shirai starts to stand, she still has her eyes focused on that women's championship. So, I don't know what they're gonna do with Rhea Ripley. I really don't. She was doing something with Michelle Martinez, and I guess they've gotten rid of that really quickly. So I don't know. I didn't think that was over the way this over was over, where she just goes ahead and power bombs her on the floor and says, "Okay, it's over with." I know what that. But what I think what should happen is, I think what should really should happen is that they should Mercedes Martinez and Rhea Ripley should have a true and final blow off, a real blow off to their little mini feud before you go into a Raquel Gonzalez Rhea Ripley feud. So that's the way it should be, and so we'll see how that goes. I just don't know what they're gonna do with it. And you can obviously see that they are holding on to the NXT Women's Title on EO. They're waiting for that EO Rhea Ripley match, or it's gonna be like someone else, someone shocking. else who becomes the NXT Women's title shareholder. But I believe the next one would be Rhea Ripley. And then finally, the NXT title match between Keith Lee and Karrion Kross. And once again, they're doing the thing where Karrion Kross is working over on the arm, of the left arm of Keith Lee. Although as we got towards the end of the match, he started to do a lot of forearms, and not just with the left arm, and he really shouldn't have been able to do it. He wasn't even doing the thing where he would throw it and then go, oh, or anything like that. He was just throwing them. It's one of the things that is we talked about with modern wrestling and everything like that. There's needs to be a little bit more selling going on. There needs to be more selling of the arms from Keith Lee. But overall, I thought again that was a really good match. Some really great stuff between these two behemoths. I love they went old school. They put in the cross jacket. Karrion Kross put in the cross jacket, and the referee was doing the wrist thing and put his hand up and tried to fall. But Keith Lee took it up and started to get his bearings about him, and like that, Keith Lee get the spirit bomb. That and not only did I get a 2, but they didn't even get like a close to a 3 count. Referee went 1, 2, and then Kross immediately kicked out. I don't know if it was a botch on Kross's spot, or they did that on purpose so that Kross could seem like he was he was a little better than that. He wasn't no ordinary Joe Schmo wrestler. He was Keith Karrion from Kross. Finish of the match is exactly that. They go to the top rope. I don't know what Keith Lee had in common, but Karrion Kross, whatever, turned it around, hit what they calling it, the Doomsday Saito suplex. 2, 3. We have a new world heavyweight champion in NXT, and that's Karrion Kross. And some people might be upset at the fact that Keith Lee only had the title for a few months, or that Keith Lee, only only a few months actually. Maybe it was a few weeks, maybe. But so and they put the title quickly on Karrion Kross. But here's the thing, and I said it this way: I think they backed themselves in a corner. They, if you were going to put Karrion Kross into that match pretty quickly, there's only 2 things that could come out. 2 ways it could come out. One, it would come out that Karrion Kross came out as champion. It had to be that, or it had to be some type of double DQ, double countout type thing. And NXT doesn't really like to do those type of matches, especially for the big ones. So and that's something that they needed to do. But so yeah, no surprise here. Karrion Kross is your new NXT champion. We'll see if Keith Lee, how we'll see if Keith Lee goes to the main roster. We'll see who else steps up and becomes the number 1 contender. Tommaso Ciampa is coming back this Wednesday on NXT. We have many others as well that could jump up and join the phrase and be a part of the main event scene. Karrion Kross, but your winner and the new NXT champion, Karrion Kross. I gave the match 3.5 stars. So now let's go ahead and let's check the old board here. So what do I have here? Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher. Finn Balor won. That's a win. The kickoff show match, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. That loss. Adam Cole beating Pat McAfee, absolutely. Io Shirai retaining her title, Absolutely. Bronson Reed winning the North American title. Um, that did not happen. And then Karrion Kross becomes the new NXT champion. That happened. So for NXT Takeover 30, I had a record of 4-2. 4-2. And what that means, as I quickly do math, because let's see, 49 and 18, 4-2, so that's 20, that's 53 and 20 on the year. 53 and 20 on the year in predicting pay-per-views. In predictions. So that was really good. I'm really good when it comes to this. So I didn't know how good when I said that last year. I said that what I was going to do was I was going to keep a record of my predictions and and what my record was going to be. I be honest with you, I didn't know. I thought I might be like pretty bad at this, right? But maybe it'd be the exact opposite. It would be 20 and 53. I would be. That's something. But no, I seem to be very, very good at this. So yay for me. Um, Obviously we got SummerSlam 2020 coming up tomorrow night. Gonna do a regular reaction for that. We'll check out my predictions and see what I have there tomorrow night's regular reaction. And yeah, all in all, I thought this was a really, really good show. I think once again, it's not the quality of the normal takeover shows, but that's because I think because of the COVID stuff and everything like that, and rightfully so. They don't need to be trying to put on the 5-star epics that they always try to do when it comes to in NXT takeovers. They don't need to do that, but they need to tell good stories and be entertaining, and that's what they have been throughout this quarantine for us. So yeah, once again, we'll be back tomorrow night right here. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that when I do go live, you will get a notification. Come in, join me. Once again, we'll be reviewing the matches, doing my ratings, and talking about my um, predictions. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. I don't know what you guys think about tonight's episode of NXT Takeover 30. And let me know what you guys think about tomorrow's SummerSlam. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.